Here's what most people miss. Boxing isn't random. It's built off of states, actions, and beats. And let me explain what I mean. A state just tells me where I'm at. I'm either in square high, square low, bladed low, or bladed high. That's it, 4 spots. An action is what moves me from one state to another. Actions could be either movements or strikes. And a beat is just the time it takes me to complete an action. So stay with me. Say my opponent throws his jab rear straight. That's 2 strikes. I'm going to be using 2 movements to evade those strikes. So let me show you. I'm in square high. On this first beat, I have options. I could drop 45, which means I'm moving down into a waist bend towards my open side, putting me in bladed low, getting under that jab. Then on the second beat, here comes that rear straight, and I'll weave in to square low. Or let's say I start in square high, jab comes in, but this time I'm going to bob, and a bob is just a waist bend over my lead foot, putting me in square low. Then on the second beat, again, here comes that rear straight, I'm going to weave out to bladed low. So here's what's actually happening. It's the same attack, but I'm answering with different solutions. Okay, now here's where it gets interesting. Let's say I don't start in square high. Let's say instead I start in bladed high. Well, when that jab comes in on that first beat, I could go in 45, moving my head and weight diagonally 45 degrees, putting me in square low, getting inside of that jab. Then on the second beat, here comes that rear straight, and I could weave out to bladed low. Or let's say I start in bladed high. When that jab comes in on the first beat, I could go in, which means my head and weight's going to move from my rear foot to my lead foot while I rotate my hips and shoulders into square high. Then on the second beat, I could bob down to square low, getting under that rear straight. So think about it like this. It's the same jab rear straight, but different starting states mean different answers. And that's the point. Boxing is about knowing where you are. Your state determines what actions you can use. So when you know your state, your options shrink. When your options shrink, decisions speed up. Now let's take it one step further. After he throws his jab rear straight, where does he end? He ends in square high, head weight over his lead foot. And if I started in square high and I dropped 45 to bladed low and I weaved in to square low, what counters would I have available in square low? Well, since he ended in square high, I could throw hook to the body, uppercut to the head, or a lead hook to the head. Or if I started in square high, I could bob down to square low, weave out to bladed low. What counters would I have in bladed low? Well, I could throw an uppercut to the head or throw a rear overhand. Notice how our options shrink based off the states we're in? Okay, how about bladed high? Well, I could go in 45, putting me in square low, weave out to bladed low, and you guessed it, I could throw my rear uppercut to the head or rear overhand. Or I could be in bladed high, move into square high, bob down to square low. What options here? Yep, hook to the body, uppercut to the head, or lead hook to the head. Notice what's happening? We're not choosing randomly. We're selecting based off what's available because of the state we're in.